Hello and welcome to my alchemy shop, the Demon's Fortune. How can I help you today? Oh, hello. I've seen you around here a couple of times recently. What can I help you with? Oh, some advice and a potion. Okay. Both I may be able to help you with depending on what advice you're after and the potion you require. But anyway, it's raining outside. Come take a seat by the fire and we can have a chat to see what I can do for you. Okay, here. Have some sun tea I have imported from a faraway land. Now, what's your advice you're after? Okay. So, let me get this straight. You are admiring someone of the opposite gender, but you are unable, just make sure I'm using the right words here for you, to approach them and start up a conversation or anything of the sort. Okay. Right. And you want some advice on either how to do that, a potion to do that, or am I correct? Not a potion. Okay, just some advice on how to do that. Okay, got it. Well, what do you know of them so far? Okay. Right. So, you've done your research, so you have an idea on the things they like, dislike, so that's a good start. Doesn't sound like you've gone too far and pushed it into the stalkerish habit, but you know, I don't judge anyway. I'm a warlock. I made deals with those I'm not allowed to speak of at current. Anyway, okay. Well, as for the advice, I would recommend trying to approach them and have a look at what they're doing, see whether or not you can slip yourself in there with a little, oh, I've noticed what you're doing, and start trying spark up a conversation of a common interest. Yeah? Yeah. So, for me, for example, my alchemy and the magic that I use is a good thing that I put all my time into, you know? Others might be their sports or, you know, their hunting, their armour, their weaponry. All sorts of people out there with all sorts of different tastes and flavours. Different races as well, you know. That's a thought, actually, if they're that of a different race. Try and start up a conversation of, you know, trying to get to know their race better. People always like to explain who they are and talk about themselves, so that's always a good start. Yeah? That was useful advice. Okay, good to know. Thank you. So, potion-wise, what are you after? You said you weren't after a potion to help you approach them, so what kind of thing? Oh, now that is interesting. Well, I don't have anything in my possession that contains the instructions to make something quite like a love potion. I have those that can make people more susceptible to suggestions or calm them down to help them listen, but not necessarily something that will spark that, you know, affection and draw of magnetism. Oh, you found something that does. Now that's interesting. Let me have a look at that. Oh, now this is a very old tome indeed. Where did you find this? I've never heard of that dungeon before. It's a newly opened one, is it? Well, lucky me that you found it and brought it here. What payment then are you after for making this potion? Ah, so you want me to make the love potion from this tome, and in payment for making it, I get to keep the book. I think that's fair enough. Okay, let's give this a go then. Hopefully, they work. Old spells can be so finicky sometimes. I once tried to make a batch of cookies with a how to put it? Let's call it a internal blood flow boost. Now, it didn't quite go as planned when one person ate it. It was a very eventful night for that individual. Needless to say, I put the cookies aside for a little while, although I have been looking for subjects to test them on again, see whether or not it varies between individual or the general result. Anyway, let's see now. What ingredients? Okay. Okay. So, the potions and spells within this book require items of the impossible nature. Luckily enough, I have some of these in stock. I have my sources, don't worry. Anyway, I have the ingredients needed for this. Now, it does say from this manual, from this tome, that it requires the DNA of both parties who want to be affected. It does also state that this is an irreversible effect, so take that in mind, and also says that it does equally affect both parties. So whoever you administrate this to, you will be drawn and attracted to them with just as much power, vigor, and passion as they are to you. Okay? Just fair warning. Still want to go ahead? Okay. So, first couple ingredients are fairly normal. So, tears of a dragon, the feather of a unicorn, and then we get to the impossible stuff. The leg of a snake, the kiss of a worm, the lungs of a fish. That's a weird one. I've heard some fish do actually have lungs, but apparently it's still an impossible ingredient in this book. Discoveries, hey? Anyway, moving on. Only a couple more ingredients here, and then we may add your samples. Actually, these following impossible things are quite fun to use. So, blood of a rainbow. Watch this one spark when it goes in. Look at all the colours. Gets me every time. And the heart of a shadow. Now, stand back a little bit for when I add this one. It can be a little exciting. There it goes. Yeah. Wait for the smoke to clear. Okay. Now you can come and add your DNA samples. What have you got? So you have a vial of your own blood. Just need a drop of that. Cool. And what else have you got for the target as it being? A swab of saliva. Interesting. Just drop that whole thing in. The spell should be able to distinguish what it needs. It says it does in the tome anyway. Whew. The smoke sometimes gets to your lungs. Don't worry, it's not harmful. Okay. So, what's the next step? Leave it rest for 30 seconds. Okay. I'll knock the heat off and let it rest. So, whilst we're leaving it rest, anything got a plan for administrating this? You have a couple ideas now, and thanks to my advice. Okay, good. Glad to be of service in more ways than one. I wonder what other spells are in this book. Ah, there's a spell for temporary dragon wings. Kind of interesting. Oh, never mind. Looks like the potion's ready. See, it's changed colour? Yeah? Okay. Now let me just decant this into a bottle for you. There you go. Now, according to this tome that you gave me, that is it complete. It's changed the right shade of colour. It's done all the right reactions, as it says. All you need to do is administrate it. How about, before you go off and do this though, we have a little celebration for what we've achieved today. We've brought back another spell from the old world. I think that's worth a drink. Right. I put these glasses here. I shall go get some of my special wine from the back. Yes, brewed from elemental fire and some various other things. Yes, I know I said brewed. That's how interesting this wine is. Okay, I'm back. Right, let's just put this in these glasses. There we go. Cheers. Well, that's interesting. That's not the flavour I was expecting from this wine. Wait. That potion vial. That's the one we made, wasn't it? Why is it empty? Wait. You mean to say I was your target all along? Oh, you clever girl. Great. Well, I guess I'm going unconscious then, because I'm starting to feel very dizzy. Wow. Who would have guessed?